The cracks in America's auto industry are beginning to show. China just raised tariffs on American imports to 125% this past Friday, responding to President Donald Trump's decision to increase duties on Chinese goods. "The ball is in China's court," Trump said from the Oval Office. "They need to make a deal with us. We don't need to make a deal with them." The headlines might sound like protection, but the reality feels more like destruction. In just 1 week, America's once mighty auto industry, long considered the backbone of U.S. manufacturing, has begun to crack. Export shipments are stalling, foreign markets are closing their doors, car dealerships are bracing for inventory chaos, and legacy automakers are asking a terrifying question: can they survive in the very country they helped build? And here's the uncomfortable truth that few are willing to say out loud. This crisis won't just affect imported cars. The impact is widespread and complex. Even cars made in America rely on parts from other countries. Engines, sensors, electronics, and wiring. Modern vehicles are built from global components. Japan, Mexico, and especially China are vital links in the chain, and they're all being hit by new tariffs. That means even a car with a Made in the USA sticker isn't safe. The pieces it's made from are now under attack. And the added costs? They'll land somewhere. And they'll land hard. Inside corporate boardrooms, nervous executives are holding emergency meetings. On showroom floors, sales teams are growing anxious. In factories, union workers quietly wonder if their shifts are about to be cut. The uncertainty is spreading top to bottom everywhere, and it's not a distant warning, it's already happening. Because this isn't just about trade policies anymore, it's about survival. Here's the irony. The very policy that was meant to bring jobs back to America could be the one that pushes them out. Suppliers are already ringing alarm bells, orders are slowing down, steel and aluminum prices are swinging wildly, shipping costs are spiking, and America's trade partners are preparing their own countermeasures. In Brussels, the EU is planning new retaliatory tariffs. In South Korea, automakers are thinking twice about investing in U.S. factories. And in China, the message is simple. You escalated, now it's our turn. This is how trade wars go global, and how entire industries start collapsing from within. But here's what's even more dangerous, the timing. If these tariffs stay in place for another quarter, or worse, become permanent, everything changes. Foreign automakers could pull out, suppliers may shut down, assembly lines could be merged or scrapped, and stable, well-paying jobs, the kind that built America's middle class, could vanish. Jobs once held by skilled workers like welders, machinists, and line operators. Workers who quietly kept America running. Their exit isn't loud, it's quiet, steady, and possibly permanent. And the consequences are massive. When these jobs disappear, entire communities suffer, families lose stability, financial stress grows. At the same time, everyday people, the average consumer, are paying the price, literally. From basic repairs to buying a new car, costs are going up, but quality and availability, they're going down. It's a frustrating and unsustainable situation for consumers. And if you're thinking electric vehicles will save the day, think again. The future of clean energy is not as straightforward as it seems. While advancements are being made, there are still numerous challenges to overcome. From production costs to infrastructure, the road ahead is complex and requires careful planning and innovation. We must remain committed to finding sustainable solutions that balance environmental concerns with economic realities. EVs have their own problems. Their production depends heavily on fragile global supply chains. Most of all, they rely on one critical part, the battery. These batteries need materials like lithium, cobalt, and rare earth elements, most of which are controlled by a handful of countries. Chief among them, China. Mining and processing these resources is expensive and environmentally harmful. And if China responds by cutting off exports of these key materials, that's game over. The EV supply chain could collapse, manufacturing would stall, consumers would be left with few options. That's not just a speed bump, it's checkmate. The impact wouldn't stop at the auto industry. The entire clean energy movement, America's big push toward a greener future, could derail before it even begins. This is a real immediate threat, not some far-off possibility, it's already unfolding. The path forward is complex, but it's crucial to navigate it with wisdom and foresight. We must understand the intricate dynamics at play and make informed decisions to ensure a stable and prosperous future. It's not just about immediate gains, but about long-term sustainability and resilience. Every step we take now will shape the world of tomorrow. Because global supply chains, once seen as symbols of cooperation, are now being used as weapons of economic warfare. And in today's world, when one part breaks, the whole system suffers. We're already seeing it. The signs are everywhere. The time to act is now. So what happens next? That depends on Washington, on the decisions made in the coming weeks and months. Will the United States strike a trade deal with Japan to secure critical resources and tech? That could strengthen both economies. Will it lift tariffs on Korean and Chinese electric vehicles to ease market pressure? That could help make electric cars more affordable for Americans. Or will it go bigger, forming a wider trade alliance with Europe to stabilize supply chains and build predictability? That could lead to long-term growth and cooperation. Or will it choose the risky path, doubling down on tariffs, ignoring the warning signs, and letting the American auto industry take the full hit? Because the pressure is already here. Manufacturers are hurting. Dealerships are scrambling. Shipping is slowing. And consumers, especially those planning to buy a car, are already facing higher prices and fewer choices. The hidden costs of protectionism aren't hidden anymore. They're in plain sight, and the question is no longer if tariffs will disrupt the system. They already have. The real fear now is, will they break it completely?